Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi. Wanjiko Mirigi, counseling psychologist and also born again Christian. Today we are on Proverbs chapter 9. Stolen waters are sweet. That is what the fully woman is going to tell you. But in actual sense and in reality, she stands at the highest point of the city gate or at the city gate and just observes, who's this fool who's going to come my way? Who's this one who's so gullible that will just snatch him and convince him to follow her? Little do they know that anyone who follows that path, the end of it is always death. We are talking about narcissistic relationship, toxic and abusive partners. And what the book of Proverbs tells us about all these people, as long as you're not loving your wife, as long or husband, as long as you're not being good to them, then what does Proverbs tell us about you? So something else in Proverbs 9 is that the beginning of wisdom is the fear of God. A long time ago, when I was younger, I used to think the fear of God is when you're humble. And it's this humbleness of, I'm not asking for too much. It's just been like this. I should not make anyone angry or walk in a certain angle. I should have a big Bible. Having it, not knowing it, mark you. However, as I have grown in faith, I've come to realize that the fear of God also means following his commandments. And one of them is love your wife and consider her just as Christ loved the church. And in loving, it's knowing that you require to have patience, the fruit of the Holy Spirit, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, self-control. So, these are things that narcissistic, abusive, toxic partners lack. And Mercury said it's not only men who are like this. We have women. And of late, the women are. The numbers, they are rising in an alarming state. We find women who are also very abusive, extremely narcissistic, and extremely, extremely toxic. And it's at the end of Proverbs, where you're talking about the woman who's just by the street waiting. That's a very abusive one. That's a toxic one. That's one that you should keep away from. Okay? However, chapter 9 says something else. It says that wisdom has prepared a table for you. It's made the meat, it's prepared the wine, it's laid the table. Now it's for you to just come in. When you've been in a relationship where you feel extremely caged, there are moments when you feel like there's nowhere else that you can go. But wisdom is calling you. Yesterday we said at the crossroad, at rock bottom, when you have nowhere else to go, you have to go up. And here we are. Wisdom is waiting. However, it also tells you, when you try to correct a mocker, something happens to you. Mockery, abuse, violence is what lands on you. And what we know, or what I have seen, have you ever tried to explain to an abuser that what you're doing is not right? Like, you hurt me, or you made me feel a certain way yesterday, that how you spoke to me in public was really demeaning of me. You always make me feel like I do not have a voice. You barely consider what I am talking about. You barely consider my input in the house. And for you, as the partner who's expressing, the partner who's been abused, You think that you're doing the mature thing, and as you're expressing how you feel, you will go ahead and maybe say, next time, kindly consider me. But the response that you get will be, maybe the next time you shouldn't have done 1, 2, 3. Or, do you ever think you're the reason as to why I end up hitting you? You're always making me angry. You barely cook any good food. You're a good for nothing woman. You're a man who all that you do is just eat. You think like a village woman. You think like a man who never went to school. All the other men in this society are buying cars and building houses. What good are you? And yet here you can come and tell me how I made you feel. Woman, you cannot even give me a son. Yet here you are, telling me I made you. Next time, think before you talk. And those are the responses that sometimes, if not all the time, you will get. There's somewhere in Proverbs where it says that a quiet answer soothes the heart. Truly it does. However, in a narcissistic, abusive human being, there are moments it's going to work. And this is why you're being told that don't try and correct a mocker or a mocker, because what you're going to receive is mockery. They do not care how you feel. They do not care how society perceives you, as long as they know that they can convince the outer world that it's your fault they behave the way they do. And you know, the thing is, inside, especially a narcissistic human being, even an abuser, even toxic one, because they really don't care about you, there is no even a drop of emotions or positive emotion towards their partner. Most of the times it's their partner. They might pretend here and there to feel somewhat remorseful to other people, but to you, wait, don't even wait for it. Like, don't. Because it's wrath that will be waiting for you on the other side. And if your partner has already started hitting you, before you even complete the statement of, I think or I feel we should seek help, there's gonna be a blow, and then the next thing might be, and you want to wash our dirty linen outside and in public? Is your head not right? Are you not okay? And do you think that I can submit to you? If you think others listen, go and be married to those ones or go and stay with those ones. And it's something that becomes extremely common. And it makes you sometimes also doubt if the things you're even suggesting are worth even saying, or there's something like completely wrong with you. That no matter how much you try, the script is always going to flip to you. But a wise man, a wise woman is the one that you're going to correct. And what happens is wisdom is added unto them. So even when it is you and you're corrected in a humanly way, then you're able to know also where you can rectify. Dare I add this, that even what I am doing as we go through the book of Proverbs is me trying to guide you, me trying to give you a bit of light, shining some light into your life, into the kind of relationships that you have. So, take it, use it. Listen, if you don't want to do anything about it, there's nothing much that we can do. However, kindly seek help if you're finding yourself in such a relationship, if you're also doubting, because also there are different kinds of abuse. It's not only physical, there's emotional, there's financial, there's religious, there's a whole list, all right? I hope this is going to help you. And I hope even if it helps just one person, we've saved a whole generation from you thinking that you're cursed. You're not. Just end up being in hands that are not very safe for you. So that's it for day 9 of Proverbs, day 9 of March. And let's keep marching. And never give up on yourself. And kindly don't give up on yourself. Seek help. Shout. Go looking. But not towards the mocker, but go looking for the help. Don't rest until you have it, right? Because the end of it when you don't do anything is actually death. That's all. Have an amazing day. See you tomorrow on the 10th.